Go back over to public chat.
All right, here we are. We're live. It is Tuesday, December 22nd. We are less than a half hour till tip-off of the Celtics versus the Rockets, coming off a big Christmas Day win. Did you enjoy the game, Tim?
I did. I did very much enjoy that game. Went in and just watched them, so we'll see what happened. Post the upcoming pregame earlier in the day so people have more time to hit. Oh.
Can you see Jack? He's here, but he's not here. He's currently trying to work out some audio hardware issues.
Minor update. Peyton Pritchard is out with a right thigh contusion, and Robert Williams is available.
Sometimes that's the price you have to pay to have all the fellas out there. You get rid of the one guy who doesn't play.
Where the Tuesday picks
at, you stick around and you'll get the free picks of the night later in the show. That's how we get you.
I'm wondering if we should do that halfway through, because that way they have time to place the bet before the game starts.
No, there's time because they don't start on time.
Yeah, but you don't have enough time to be bop, bop, rattle off some quick bets. That would be my only thought process with that.
Maybe a little earlier.
But in terms of that Christmas game, I thought it was really good. I think the Celtics got back to playing defense the way we've seen them play defense before. And as good as the Bucks are, they still don't scare me as much as they should, because I think the Celtics are one of the better teams in terms of being able to contain a guy like Giannis. I think they do that pretty well, and they do it consistently. Hey, Shane, how's it going? Howdy, Landon. Hey, everybody.
We got everybody in the chat today.
Yeah,
early populated stream today. Everybody's ready for the game. They're coming off the big holiday.
Big vibes, good vibes.
Again, big win Sunday against Milwaukee. You say they don't strike fear into you anymore. It's funny, Jack and I kind of got into it a little bit. Not got into it, but we discussed different players that strike fear into us going into the playoffs. Landon, who listened, said it was a great episode earlier today. So if you haven't heard it, it's on the channel, the How About Them Celtics channel. If you're watching on Guy Boston, make sure you head over there for more of us in the new year, because after 2023 rolls around, we won't be here anymore. Just there. We've got fist bumps in the chat. Who doesn't love the fist bumps?
Boop.
Phil, fist bumps.
There it is.
Jack not doing the fist bumps despite being in the lobby. Landon.
Well, he's not on the camera yet. He's got to figure out his technical issues.
I kind of wish you guys could see Jack, because Jack cannot hear any of this because he's having audio issues. Oh, he did a fist pump.
Oh, is he ready?
Is he coming out the tunnel? He's got a smug look on his face. He looks like he's ready to go.
Is he? We'll see.
I don't know. Nope. He just did a little nod, a shake of the head.
So maybe he's not ready.
Okay, we're not going to tease Jack anymore until he's
ready. Matt mentioned it. Rockets having a good game against the Bulls. Look, I think probably about a month ago that might have, mattered more, because the Bulls were thought of as a better team because they, were playing pretty solid. They've been a letdown, and defensively, they've been a nightmare. They've gotten lit up a couple times to the point where you've got DeMar DeRozan being like, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on defensively, but we're bad. So take that for what you will. Still, again, you can't sleep on any team on any given night, especially the Rockets. They're a very young, athletic team. They're going to get out and run on you, and they've got some really strong young talent there. So you definitely can't underestimate them. You don't want to, sleep on any kind of opponent, especially the good old-fashioned playing down to the opponent that Sam loves so damn much. So you got to come out and play.
The past, though. Kind of. Past
sort of,
meaning 2 weeks
sometimes.
ago. But Houston beat Milwaukee not too long ago. Took one from Milwaukee. Did the Celtics a favor. They've got a solid young team. This is the first time we get to see Jalen Smith in the NBA. If you're only watching teams when they play the Celtics like I do, it'll be the first time you see him. Really good player in college. compared to Kevin Durant, very long, able to score and do everything as a near 7-footer. So something to keep your eyes on as the Rockets take the floor tonight against the Celtics. We've got Ben in the chat saying no Middleton for Milwaukee. Could be a different score if he played. That's always true, but he didn't. So we don't really know what else to say. Jack was very upset when the news broke on Christmas that Middleton would not play because of comments like this.
Built-in excuse. It's
I
starting
mean,
to become that. It's the, oh, like if so and so is healthy, but like they keep leaning on it. Well, like, we're undefeated when Chris Middleton, is healthy in the playoffs. And it's like, okay, all right. Put that on a banner, man. Like,
Celtics, same thing.
yeah,
Healthy
but I
big
mean, like,
three. Perk, Rondo, all of them, when they all played, never lost a series.
never lost.
Never lost. Undefeated, never lost.
I am getting sick of the Middleton talk though, because I think Middleton's a sniper and he's a great player. But if he can't stay healthy, then it's a moot point. We need to stop acting like things are always going to be different if he played, because I think there's a lot of scenarios with teams that have had players who can't stay healthy. And when they do play, they're like not making a difference or as much of an impact as you thought. I mean, Celtics were jumping through hoops with Kemba Walker, with Gordon Hayward, with all of these kind of injury issues. And I just don't think, as good as Middleton is, at what point do the Bucks kind of go like, we got to like figure something out here, because he's just not playing. Like, I just don't know like what else they're gonna do there, because I feel like you're caught between a rock and a hard place. But eventually, I feel like Giannis is gonna get tired of that.
I would say if after this season he's not able to get there consistently, that's when you start looking to move on. Because as far as they're concerned right now, he still should be headed back to the lineup soon. He's still going to be an important piece to their success. They're still a good team, second in the conference, but he's not playing. He's not playing, and he's finding a new way to be injured all the time. Not on purpose, obviously, but it
No one
seems
ever
like
does.
every time you look, he's got a different injury, like Gordon Hayward almost, like you mentioned. He's just kind of made out of glass. We do have the starters. Shout out to Matt for putting him in the chat for us. Celtics, Horford, Tatum, Brown, Derek White, Marcus Smart. No Rob in the starting lineup yet. That was something that head coach Joe Mazzulla was asked about before the game and kind of gave them no answer, but really said when the time's right, they'll do it. And apparently they do not think the time is right just yet. You've got the Houston starters in the chat. Then we can circle back to Rob Williams. You got Sengun, Smith, Kenyon Martin Jr., Jalen Green, and Kevin Porter Jr. Pretty much what you'd expect. No Eric Gordon tonight and no Tate, if I'm not mistaken. But circling back to Rob Williams, Tim, what are you thinking in terms of him returning to the starting lineup? Do you think it's important? Do you not think it's important? Do you think it's going to benefit them? And do you think it's time?
So I think they've still got to give it some more time. Like, I think that's just, I'm less concerned about if he's starting and more so about where his minutes workload is at. Ultimately, I kind of want him to top out around 25. I don't want them to be doing what they did last season, where they were giving him a lot of minutes. And I was like, wow, he's like playing like the most minutes of his career. And he's playing them a lot, like very consistently, and not getting a lot of rest days. It just, eventually all of that added up, all that wear and tear. And, he ended up getting hurt at the end of the season. So I just want them to try and take care of him. And I think that's what they're trying to do. He was a little tongue in cheek when he gave that response, Joe, when they were asking. He's like, we're not ready to do that yet. Like, whenever he's ready, like he's ready. Like, that's kind of just all he was saying, because it's always going to be a talking point until it actually happens. Everyone's going to wonder when Rob is going to return to that starting lineup. I think it's also important to keep in mind too, like it might come down to a matchup situation. We saw them go double big against the Bucks because of their size. So maybe they start to run it back out there again when Rob's actually fully healthy. I know that they're trying to, either have, Grant out there at the 4, and then you've got Al at the 5, or you end up doing the classic tandem of Al at the 4 as Check leaves. I'm hoping he comes back. is Al at the 4 and then Rob at the 5. And maybe that's something that does eventually happen again. Maybe they go back to the double bigs, but there's no reason to rush Rob. Don't rush him because you're playing good basketball and the spurts that you're getting him in, he's looking solid. He didn't play a ton versus the Bucks, and I know that he's been battling some kind of stomach bug that's kind of starting to run rampant, but just be just playing it safe makes a lot of sense. There's no reason to force the issue there, I think. Landon, in terms of Rockets players to watch out for, Sengun was the player. That pick was part of the deal. I think that might have been the pick that got traded from OKC. I'm pretty sure he was the first rounder that ended up getting moved when the Celtics moved
Kemba.
off of Kemba and
Yeah.
got Al Horford. Jabari Smith was again. I don't watch a ton of college ball. I'll admit. I pay attention as we get closer to the draft and start to go back through film. But for the Celtics right now, they haven't had a first round pick in a long time, so it matters less to me. But KPJ obviously is a really good player. Had some problems in Cleveland, still had some attitude issues here and there last season, I think, and the season before that. Christian Wood also had issues there too. But KPJ is a very good player. Jalen Green, of course, was a top pick. Very, very good player. Was a top lottery talent is what I mean, not necessarily first overall. But they've got a lot of young talent there, a lot of good sharpshooters, a lot of athleticism for Houston. So it'd be interesting to see how they get out there and run. Ben asked this, and I want to hear your thoughts on it, Sam. For Gallinari, season-ending injury, or is he ahead in recovery? I don't know. I haven't heard a lot other than the fact that he's getting up shots. And you can make whatever you want out of that. I mean, it's one thing to be shooting stationary, but it's another thing to be like, getting out there and moving. He was doing like that low gravity thing with, what I'm talking about, the low gravity treadmill.
Low gravity treadmill.
Yeah, and that's
Yep.
pretty much all I've seen about it. I haven't really seen too many updates, but I wish Birkin. I wish that he would be ready by April, but I just don't think that's realistic.
I don't think there's any reason to put expectations on it for this season. One, they don't seem to be missing him, and that's number one for me. There's no need to rush him back. And two, it's just a big time injury. You're not seeing guys bounce back from torn ACLs very quickly. Very unfortunate that it happened. Bad timing. Thankfully, Sam Hauser's been serviceable enough to fill that role off the bench for the Celtics. A true luxury to where they don't miss Gallinari. There is speculation that they should trade for another wing to play off the bench, which could happen, could not happen. Pritchard's definitely an expendable piece. They have a few TPEs that they could fit certain players into. But as far as Gallinari is concerned, I don't have any expectations on him playing this season. I just don't think it's fair. And I mean, listen, the guy loves to post a video of him exercising. So
I mean, it's
fans have
cool.
every
It's
reason
good.
to get hyped up when they see it. But as far as actually expecting it, I don't think that's realistic.
One thing I thought was interesting. Are
I mean,
you in,
this
Jack?
is ridiculous.
What?
I mean, that was ridiculous. I had to restart my whole computer for it to work. My entire laptop had to get a restart in order for the
That's rough, buddy.
headphones to work.
Can you actually hear us now?
I was ridiculous because they yeah. I
it's
think yeah. No, I'm here.
I don't know if
Hello?
yeah, no, we can hear you. We can hear you. It's okay.
I'm here.
You can
I'm
hear
here.
us now.
Sorry, I'm good.
We can hear you.
You
good?
I restarted. Yeah. I just restarted, so all these pop-ups on my computer were like in my shit. So I'm
Okay.
good. Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say I don't know if you guys saw the Steve Bulpett article because you mentioned it, Sam. Potentially moving on from Pritchard. I'm not saying the Celtics are, but there are teams that have come around sniffing, which makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like what we've talked about for a while now. Like he's kind of just buried in the bench depth. So part-time Jack. You know what I
That's
saw?
foul.
So I saw a mean comment on YouTube like earlier, and I thought it was funny, and I kind of chuckled at it. But someone calling Rob part-time Lord.
Part-time Lord, that's kind of
And I never heard it before, and I was like, wow, that's clever. It's mean, but it's clever and kind of fair. But I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. I don't think they should move on for Pritchard just yet, but I mean, I do think that they should go after a wing at this point, just to someone you could at least throw in there. We talked about Otto Porter before. I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah.
ahead, Jack. You haven't had much
Yeah.
chance to speak.
Yeah. Run free,
Yeah, no,
my child.
Otto Porter would be cool. I think he fits in the TPE though, doesn't he? Like, would they
He
even have to give up
does.
Pritchard in that? The only way I trade Pritchard is if it's like if they could get a first round pick for Pritchard. I know that doesn't mean much to, like, I know Sam, you hate first round
Don't
picks,
care.
etc. But like adding that sort of thing so they can make trades down the line, etc. Like that sort of thing, because he's just not going to play in the Celtics rotation. And even when he gets these opportunities, like, let's call a spade a spade. He hasn't been amazing this year, and obviously it's going to be harder for him to get in his rhythm when he's not getting the consistent chances. But getting, a first round pick, I wouldn't trade him for seconds. But if you get a first round pick and or another player who can give you some sort of minutes at the back end of the rotation, like if the Jazz wanted him for Stanley Johnson, or excuse me, the Spurs have Stanley Johnson, trading him for a wing or a position where he might actually get some, for like a position that could actually get some run. I wouldn't mind that. Like Stanley Johnson and a second round pick for Pitt and Pritchard, sure, maybe I'd consider it. He's just never going to get any time. But would I dump him for nothing for the sake of it? No, that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations to the man. Marcus, the captain, is now engaged. Don't need picks. Don't care for picks. All of a sudden, oh, there we go. My headset is working again. Jack gets in here and his AirPods start working. And then all of a sudden, my IFB stops working.
What?
Are you screwing with me?
Yeah. I'm just
don't do that. Don't do that. Next time, we're gonna kick you.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair.
Damn.
I was asking for it at that point. Maybe you shouldn't, in case his AirPods kick out again.
I'll ask you guys something. Or
Yeah.
excuse me, sorry, if you go ahead if you want to.
No,
continue.
I was
No,
just
go ahead,
gonna
Jack.
go ahead and say I don't think that they're gonna get picks.
Yeah, no.
Thanks,
I was off topic, not a Pritchard thing.
Sure.
But have you seen all these like bet online odds coming out? Like James Harden, Trae Young, all these like people going out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm confused as to why the Celtics are on the lists. I feel like that doesn't make sense.
Because of people like
Right?
you
Like
that don't like
Trae?
Jalen Brown. And he is a
Trae?
very tradable asset.
Someone said Trae?
He's third.
The bet
in Trae
online
Young
odds have the
Bet online.
Celtics as like third.
Yeah.
See, I guess maybe that's the only thing, is if like they know something we don't. Like if there's some kind of thing going on behind the scenes, or if it's just like everyone loves to make noise because of it's the Celtics. They're one of the best teams in the league. Of course, they would look at any avenue to improve and get better. Why would they go after Harden? Just like tell me
Tim's
why.
so upset.
Now that one
He's
just makes
so
me
upset.
annoyed.
This is heartbreaking
Doesn't
news.
make
It just
Tim.
is so stupid.
He was
like,
unaware. Jack.
No,
ruined
I
his
knew about
day.
Harden. The Trae one actually makes me angry because there is like some sliver of reality where that could potentially happen.
It
Because
just
of
doesn't
Atlanta.
make sense.
No,
I mean,
I'm just
none of
saying
the
if
Harden news
if
makes any
Jalen
sense.
okay, just hear me out. If Jalen wanted out, like a team that would trade for him would be Atlanta. That's where I'm like, I get annoyed by that, just because of there is that reality where that could happen. I don't think it would, and I certainly do not want it to. But in terms of like logical trade partners, if he were to ever be moved, that would make a ton of sense. I don't want Trae because I think he's terrible defensively, and I have quite adamantly said a couple times that I don't think I'll win a championship unless he's like the second or third best player on a team because he is physically limited. But
Trae Young, one of Tim's hated players.
it's not hated
He's
as
on
much
Tim's
as
rat list.
he is a rat. I'll give you that
All
much.
right.
He's a rat.
Rat.
I just think I think he's limited. I think there's certain players that are physically limited, and there's nothing that he can do to really change that because of, the way he's built in terms of his height. Like there's always going to be physical limitations there. And guards usually get picked on, but like guys like Trae and like guys like Kemba, undersized guys who aren't good at defense, they're gonna get targeted, and I don't know.
Yeah, if you didn't say it, I was gonna go right to Kemba. Say, just look how it was when they had Kemba in the playoffs.
I
He
love
was
Kemba.
the number one target. Oh, he's very likable, good player. Have no problem with Kemba. Very unfortunate that he's been hurt, but when he was on the Celtics throughout the playoffs, you saw teams start to pick on him, and you'd see the same thing to Trae Young. It's remarkable that they made a conference finals run 2 seasons ago.
Very much
That's-
lightning in a bottle. We
Landon
need
said-
rat list merch.
Well,
Ratless merch would
eventually,
be fire.
of course.
Just a shirt that's just like the rat.
Once we wouldn't be bleeding money producing the merch, then maybe we'll make the Ratless merch.
Exactly.
Just like
that'll be the
make it like the NBA logo, but it's like a rat like dribbling a basketball.
Landon. I'll make
That's
you a
good.
deal. Once we hit 1,000 on YouTube and we can monetize the channel, then I'll give you Ratless merch. I'll make you that deal, Landon. How's that?
We just hit 1K.
Yeah, I was gonna say
on
yes.
Adam's channel. So,
Huge.
I'll be-
Congrats.
it's like our channel, but
Big win.
yeah, very
Love to see it.
exciting. It's tough, man. I'm excited. You have to wait a while to monetize. Damn.
Okay.
Wait.
Interesting. I don't know about that one. But,
Bet on
let's
it
see.
then. Make yourself
BP.
some money.
Welcome, BP. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to
Happy
you
holidays.
as well. I was gonna give. This is random again, but Celtics just played the Timberwolves. Sam, would you like to go on your Rudy Gobert is bad rant again?
Yeah, he
He's,
sucks. The guy's bad. He's like actually bad.
Yeah.
He's not
I'll
impacting
concede.
winning in any way.
I'll concede to you. For now.
He's just a role player. That's and it doesn't mean he's not, a good
very
role
one
player.
this year.
No, it's funny, but like it's absolutely true. He's not.
He got outplayed by Orlando Robinson last night.
He's not good.
Who
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what team he's on. I don't know who they played.
is he?
yesterday.
He's got to be a younger player, right?
He's a two-way player on Miami.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's a two-way
Well, that's
player.
bad.
Man got cooked by a two-way.
Let me look
guy.
it up. Let me see what happened. I remember
Oh.
seeing someone say it. The Heat won by 110, 113. Orlando Robinson had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists off the bench. Rudy Gobert had 10 points, 8 rebounds. So
Oh man,
That's
that
that
trade
one for
looks
you.
so bad. They've had multiple deals where I'm like, what are you guys doing? Between that and the D'Lo trade, the D'Lo trade
Mhm.
wasn't anywhere near as bad as
as
this.
the
But
Gobert
like,
trade.
I mean, like,
It's
Wiggins
crazy
went
'cause
on
they
to be
were-
good.
It was crazy because it's 2 different GMs too. Like 2 different GMs screwed the Timberwolves like 3 years apart. And now
I wonder
Danny
how much
Ainge-
is ownership.
True. Danny Ainge looking pretty good in Utah again now, though. They're gonna
Yeah.
have some nice picks.
Ainge wins
Be
again.
very
I
happy.
mean, Rudy Gobert.
The
Like,
haters are
what
furious.
what was he gonna do for them? What was he ever
Be
gonna do
tall.
for them?
He's gonna be tall.
He's a good defender in the paint, and that's it. He's not versatile. Robert Williams is a better player than Gobert. He's better. He's better at it. He's better at what Gobert does. Gobert can't create for himself down low. He's a catch and finish guy on offense, and he protects the rim. Rob does all that, and he can guard the perimeter.
I don't know. I don't know if Rob is like
Gobert is
amazing.
what
I think
Kemba
as much
was,
as-
but he's a center. He's the same
Damn.
thing, and he's supposed to be good at defense, but he's a target. The Celtics went at him. When they played the Timberwolves on Friday, they went at him. It was embarrassing. Nas Reed was the best player on their team. Well, not Edwards, but he was the best center on that team, and it wasn't even close. He was impact. He came in and made an immediate impact. They were saying on the broadcast, it's bad that Gobert got in foul trouble because he has to sit out. Good luck. Good luck paying that guy for 5 years.
So Wemby, Ben.
Wag.
Wagnyama, I love it.
I would also just say, so Wembanyama, he's going to be a generational talent. So I don't know how much of that is a comment on Gobert being cheeks or just Wemby being that
A
good.
healthy mix.
It's probably like
Both.
50-50,
Still
right?
17.
Like he's still 17, which means he's going to get better, hopefully, if he can stay healthy. That's the big caveat for guys of his build. But yeah, I would say bet the over. I feel like that's probably safe.
Tell
'cause
you
we're
what
gonna-
else to bet.
Great segue into,
Wham!
into our bets. Wham.
Pick of the night presented by Smash the Odds at Smash Odds on Twitter. Follow them for daily free picks and pay for the premium picks to get premium wins. His pick tonight, Jalen Green over 20.5 points. My pick, Rob Williams over 12.5 points, rebounds and assists. I just think you're going to get more than that from him. He's been a monster on the glass, and if he gets any kind of looks underneath, he's going to be able to capitalize and surpass that number with no problem.
I'm
Jack,
looking
are you
right now.
going with the classic?
I'm looking right now.
Tim, what do you
looking at
think
the
of our
Green things?
picks?
I think Green over 20.5 points is good. especially as like one of their primary options over there. Rob, I'm interested in only because he hasn't been putting up a ton of points, but maybe this is. I guess it depends how many minutes he gets. He only got 14 against the Bucks, so who knows? I'm guessing
What
he
were your stats
probably
against the Bucks?
not a lot. He had like 6 points. I want to say a couple of assists and like 2 rebounds.
Well, even then, he's
Rob
kind of
had
close.
6
He's
points,
close-ish.
2 rebounds.
That's how low the
That's all
number
he had.
is.
6
Yeah,
points,
so
2 rebounds. So he would have
that's
been the
pretty
under.
low.
But I will tell you, Sam, I am going with the classic Derek White and Grant Williams plus 1.5 threes, both plus money. It's just it was back last game against the Bucks. We're back. It's
back.
Well,
Derek White's back.
0 for 3 for D White, but
Did we sweep?
did he
I
not?
think we
He made threes
swept
against
on
the
the
Bucks.
Christmas stream.
no,
Yeah,
he
he
went
was
0
two.
for. I thought he went 0
That
for
was against
3.
the Wolves. That was against the Wolves.
Oh,
Against the
White
Bucks,
hit the
I
three
stand
total
corrected. I stand
against
corrected.
Milwaukee
Well, then I said
because
the wrong
he did it
thing
in
the
garbage
podcast
time and
earlier
smashed
that
the
I
odds,
recorded.
lost his mind.
Woof.
He did it in garbage time. It was a snipe.
It was
Oh,
the
God.
greatest.
Easy on the pregame.
I have
Yeah.
never seen that man get so excited over a garbage time make.
You know what? More power to you. Hopefully, he keeps getting hot. I appreciated the bounce back game from.
Well,
Derek
Celtics
White.
blog had the article today that came out about him being an X factor and his numbers and losses compared to wins. Now, when I first saw that, my initial thought was, well, yeah, they lost a bunch of games all at once and he was slumping. Do you agree, disagree?
I mean, he could definitely be part of the reason why they were slumping. I think
That's true.
Have I not been? I'm pretty sure I said this exact quote this season. I didn't even talk to Trevor about the article either. Sam, I'm pretty sure on the podcast I said multiple times Derek White is like what I correlate the Celtics basketball to. Because if he's getting good looks, that means the team is passing the ball well.
Yeah.
And that shots. And when Derek White isn't shooting the ball well, that means he's not getting as good of looks because the offense isn't flowing and they're playing isolation. So his looks are coming just like at bad spots. It's absolutely that article Trevor wrote was beautiful. Everything I've been saying the past 2 weeks, it was spot on. You loved it.
Are you trying to take credit?
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to take credit. I'm just saying I completely agree with everything he wrote. Fuck you, Sam. Like Landon saying, thank you, Ben. You know, I had to stop by every once in a while. You know, just definitely a part-timer, as you said earlier. Landon in the chat, guys, coming over to How About Them Celtics. YouTube, watch pregame. There are currently 11 of you on Guy Boston Sports. This is our. How many more streams do we have on Guy
Second
Boston
to last.
Sports?
Thursday is the last one.
Is it really? That's the last
very
one of the year?
emotional Thursday.
Oh,
Should we do
wow.
something special?
I mean, I'm gonna be here. I don't know.
But you can do something.
Wait, why is
I don't know.
Thursday the last one?
Because they don't play until
starting
the new
in-
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
They
right.
play Sunday.
No, yeah, that's January
The
1st.
Sunday, January 1st. They have Friday, Saturday
Sunday's
off.
January
2-day break.
1st.
So this is the second to last stream that will be on Guy Boston Sports. So if you're watching on Guy Boston Sports and you enjoy it, jump on over to How About Them Celtics. We appreciate you. Subs have been skyrocketing over the past couple months.
Yeah,
It's
big couple
been
months.
nice to see.
Ever since we started telling you to do it. Very obedient, our listeners.
Man up,
No tears.
I'm gonna do a shot.
No
I'm gonna
tears.
Play
We
like
got-
the music from the deck of the Titanic. Be like,
I will say from the start of the year to now, we've had like a big increase on guys watching on How About Them Celtics on y'all over there, which is nice. So it's
Well, you
very
don't just get these. You get all the podcasts and you get the other
The
live
shorts,
streams,
the
which will
clips,
be
the
happening
lives.
tomorrow.
lots of content.
It's
Yep, live stream
7.
tomorrow.
7:30.
And we're working on a fun event too. We're gonna do a fun event pod soon.
Yes, it's a project.
It is a
fun
project.
event pods are fun.
Mhm.
Ben is starting
anyways.
to tear up in London.
Anything else y'all want to say before we jump on out of here?
No, that's it for me. I don't have anything today.
Seize time. Let's ride, baby.
Alrighty.
Maybe I'll complain on the stream tomorrow.
Yay.
Jump on stream tomorrow. We'll do something fun on the stream tomorrow. Anyways, appreciate y'all for stopping by. Check us all out on Twitter. That's below our faces. Check us out, on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at How About Them C's, and on Facebook at How About Them Celtics Podcast. As we keep plugging, keep saying, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, How About Them Celtics. Constant content there. To put out a new podcast today. Long podcast, hour 30 minutes. I think we went. We
Landon
chatted for a
said it was
while.
good. I don't know if you saw.
I did. We had a lot of comments. Appreciate Landon and some other.
He said in
other
this chat, he
comments as
said,
well.
hold on, let me find it.
Oh,
Now
I was
wanna see
probably
it.
fiddling with my.
Yeah, you were in the
I was
the
struggling.
vortex. Great episode today.
I was in the
So
shadow
very,
realm.
very
Great
kind.
podcast. Thank you. Appreciate you, Landon. But yes, thank you to everybody for stopping by. I'm looking now for what I missed. Nicolo, Shane, Legends at the start of the stream. 508. Thank you for tuning in. 508, Shane, all you guys who are probably watching on Boston Sports, I assume. We can't see what channel. Make sure to subscribe to How About Them Celtics. We appreciate you guys. We're here 30 minutes before every Celtics game. We'll see you guys on Thursday, and we'll see you on the live stream tomorrow around 7:30. So jump on in over there. But yeah, see you guys later. Bye. Peace out.
Cheers.